Lance, Nick, ready? Can you hear me? Welcome to the Live Free and Hunt podcast. Welcome to Live Free and Hunt podcast episode number 2. It is 2020, some bitches.
January 1st.
All right, here we go.
Up here.
We raged last night.
Yeah, everyone. I don't think everyone did.
I stayed home. Lance stayed home.
I stayed home.
Nick stayed home.
We
We're all old now.
I was in bed early.
I'm almost 30. Can't handle it.
26.
26.
Nick?
31.
31.
Holy smokes. You'll be able to get your senior license here soon.
Ooh.
Get
Save a
nice-
couple bucks.
Seriously?
You're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's all right.
we're going to talk about how we grew up hunting. We're gonna shoot the shit a little bit. And, yeah. New year, new me. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. I don't know. Who do you want to start off with?
I'll start off. I started hunting. My dad took me when I probably couldn't even hold a gun.
What age do you think that was?
7 or 8, maybe. I know I had a plastic gun. Going out there, breaking
yeah.
all the sticks I can break.
Yeah.
Red Rider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe following them
Remember
and be like, "Oh, I'll pick that leaf and
Yeah.
crinkle this
Crinkle
up."
it up as you're walking.
Yeah,
You're like,
I'm cold.
I just want to go home.
Yeah. I don't know why. It's still fun. You know, I like going out there when I was little, and I remember freezing my ass off. Like, you get those shitty rubber boots that you get from Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
Wearing those things.
Yep.
Yeah. So started hunting when I was probably 7 or 8, and then really started getting into it when I was, I don't know, 12, 13. When can you start hunting by yourself? Is it
I was 16.
16?
16 when you can actually get a license.
Yeah. So I'd hunt every weekend or whenever, we could go out, youth weekends and whatever else. And I don't think I shot my first deer until I was like 14. This is going to sound bad, but we were hunting an area that we hunted quite a bit, and I sat in someone else's stand. But it had been there for like 10 years, and
Oh,
no
you
one's
can
ever.
do that.
I know.
If no one was there, then hey.
My dad's like, I don't think it's safe. And I was like, let me just try it. So I climb up in it. Or before that, I haven't seen any deer. He's like, all right, let's try something. You carry my gun, I'll carry your gun. I was carrying a single shot 30-30 at the time, and he had a 30-06 pump. What is it, 7600?
76, yeah.
Yeah.
76.
And I'm like, all right, yeah, that's fine. So I climb up in the tree, get in the stand, and just figuring it's going to be, it's dusk. It's just going to be like any other day. Well, I'm, I don't know, twiddling my thumbs or doing whatever. I hear something behind me, and I look, and there's a deer. The first, deer I've seen in the woods that I could actually probably get a shot off at. So he's only, 50, 60 yards away. And he's like, if you see him, then it's got to have antlers. And when you're that young and you see a deer come in, it's like you're looking for the antlers. And it was a spike. I know I saw him, but it's still something in your gut. And I still do it to this day. If I shoot a deer, I'm like, oh, man, did that thing have
Yeah, I
antlers?
know.
So I ended up shooting that deer. And he comes running. This is before cell phones, obviously.
Right.
Or maybe
Or
we had
you had a cell
Nextels.
phone,
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't have a cell phone. So he's running over, and he's like, did you shoot? I said, yeah, I got him. He ran that way. So he's running up, all excited. I can't even imagine the excitement.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it's going to be awesome.
We've all taken out hunters, and it's
Yeah.
like you get so jacked up
Yeah.
when someone else shoots something.
So he said, did it have antlers? And I said, yeah, I think so. What do you mean? Yeah, I had antlers. All right. So he's like, oh, where'd it go? Show me where it went. No snow on the ground. So start following a blood trail, and he's like, oh, man, I don't know if he thought that I missed or what, but he's like, are you sure you hit him? Where'd he go? So we find blood. Yep, there's blood. He goes, oh, he's hit good.
Yeah.
Oh, you did get him. And then it wasn't, 60 yards, and he was piled up right there. So right there, that's when it's like, you see, that happens one time and you're hooked.
Did you ever start off turkey hunting?
No, I
No?
didn't turkey hunt until I think you showed me how to turkey hunt.
Really?
I went out like turkey hunting, but I didn't know anything about it. Like, you get a box call and you're out there
Right. Just
setting it on fire.
Yeah, right.
I was never really like
Yeah.
big into it. And it wasn't until I don't know. Did you have your license?
What, for me?
Yeah, when you showed, you must have. Or you
No.
probably didn't even have your license. I
No.
might have had my
driving the
license.
Monte Carlo.
Yeah,
Huh?
that sweet Monte
Yeah,
Carlo.
but that was when I was 16. So,
Yeah.
but I got into it young.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I don't know when we went out. When I went out with you guys. To start off.
I must have been 16 or 17. We were old enough to hunt on our own. I
Yeah.
know that. So, yeah, or I could.
can't remember.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, so that was the point that I'm
You hooked.
I'm hooked
You're hooked.
forever. Not that I wasn't before, but that whole thing is not a better feeling in the world than seeing your dad so pumped up, so
Oh,
jacked
yeah.
up. But yeah, I didn't get into turkey hunting or duck hunting. My dad was a deer hunter, his whole life. Same thing with him. His dad, my grandfather, took him out when he was young, and he didn't, bird hunting once in a while, I guess.
Right.
But
We didn't really have the population of birds down here, anyways. It was just
no,
for grouse. I'm talking.
yeah,
And pheasant. Everything's stocked in the area. So here in New Hampshire.
yeah, you can buy a pheasant tag, but they stock the fields like they stock trout. It's like you go there, unload the pheasant, and then
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
And it's either if you can catch it on a stock day, I'm sure
You
it's
got some bird. Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
it's-
if you're working dogs, it's good practice
Yeah.
and whatnot. But
other than that. Oh Jesus Christ!
holy smokes!
Proceed.
So, yeah, from then on, I started bow hunting, and
What about fishing? We
Oh,
all
yeah.
I think started off
fishing
young.
little trout ponds, just a hook
Yeah.
and a worm,
What is
whatever.
that? Farmington Fishing Game Club.
Yeah, they used
You
to put 'em
go
that
there
way.
and it's like a fairground.
yeah, it's
When-
like 70,000
they stock
kids
it,
around.
Yeah, everyone they got it ribboned off. It's
Yeah.
like everyone's circling around it.
Everybody's lines are crossing.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, bass fishing, trout fishing. Grew up
Grew
in
up
the
doing-
woods. I couldn't get enough of the woods when I was younger. Me and one of my best friends growing up, Tommy, we would just go get lost in the woods for no reason.
Build forts, stack sticks,
just
everything.
go explore stuff,
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then I guess turkey hunting was like when May rolled around. It was kind of like, all right, yeah, I can go hunt in May.
Right?
Eh,
Yeah, right.
Fuck yeah, I'm
keep
going. So, you taught me how to find birds, how to call, and I'm a pretty
Damn, I
fast
still
learner.
don't.
Yeah,
I still don't even remember going out.
yeah.
That's why I
I
was
think
like,
you
maybe
showed me how to like locate birds with a crow
maybe
call
we
or
went
an owl
out.
call.
Yeah, maybe we went out roosting some night.
And
or
then-
something like that.
I'd always have birds come to that spot, like right, 70 yards, and then you don't know. I was too naive or too
Yeah.
dumb at the time.
Do I still call?
Yeah, what do
I
I
wanna
do
hear 'em
now?
gobble.
Yeah, you can't move. It's all, yeah, whatever. So, then we took up duck hunting around the
Yeah.
same time because me and you started hunting all the time, and that's all we wanted to do. So took up duck hunting or pretty much anything that we could shoot.
Yeah, anything you can get year
legal.
round.
Yeah, it was like
Year
we're gonna
round
be
we
in the
could
woods
do.
forever.
It was mainly just, I remember even the summertime we'd go out and just find something to
Yeah.
either shoot at or
Right? Yeah, songbirds.
doesn't, right?
Yeah. You're young and dumb. You don't know any better. Squirrels, whatever. Just enough to take the hunting edge
Yeah.
off. You got to get out in the woods.
Right.
It's like scouting, kind of, but you might bring a BB gun or a 22 with you,
right.
just in case. My dog just jumped on the door. You want to get him?
I guess so.
So, yeah. What about you? How'd you start off?
Well, I started hunting probably at the age of 9. I want to say 9 or 10. My first hunt was a turkey hunt. I've been out in the woods a bunch of other times, either with my grandfather scouting. I remember I had a Red Ryder that I would carry around, and scouting for deer or something. I hit a deer. It was actually in the fall. We went out deer hunting. My grandfather took me out in the woods, and we were walking in. And we just parked, and it's actually up the road from Tyler's house. We just parked, and we started in on the trail. I had a little Red Ryder, like I said, and a doe comes out, stomping her feet. I remember I shot that deer twice with a Red Ryder, and the thing just jumped off. Didn't do any damage to it. You could see the BBs roll off, but
That's awesome.
yeah, I was young when we did that. My grandfather told me, yeah, take a shot at that. See if you can shoot that doe with that BB gun. Popped a couple at her. And, yeah, so pretty much my first good hunt was youth weekend with my father and my grandfather. They first started getting into turkey hunting. They brought me, like I said, I'll probably say 10 years old. And that's when the population really started coming back for turkeys.
Well, I was just gonna say, turkey hunting wasn't
Yeah.
even a thing in New Hampshire.
No,
I don't think
yeah.
I don't know the whole history of it, but
Right.
it hasn't. It's been within, like you said, 30 years.
Yeah, I
where
don't know the exact facts when they started
reintroducing.
yeah,
them,
reintroducing birds.
But they're everywhere now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just the population. But it's just crazy. But youth weekend, so we went out, and I remember getting on some birds. We got on some birds, and we end up calling those in. There was like 5 or 6 jakes that came in, and these 2 older guys came in scouting. Ended up running those birds off. Grandfather was pissed off. My dad was, hey,
This
we
was
got a
youth-
kid
this
there.
was
Yeah.
youth weekend?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was when I was like 10. So we hiked back in the woods a little more. We got on some other birds and called in 2 toms, and there was 3 other jakes that came in on the side first, and then 2 toms came in, and I popped them with a 20 gauge at like 20 yards or something like that. It was my biggest bird. Yeah, I still haven't beat it. It's 22.5 pounds, 11.5-inch beard. and-
Oh,
yeah,
thunder
inch and a
gobbler.
quarter spurs.
Sweet.
So I haven't beat that yet, but yeah. So I started turkey hunting and hunting and fishing. Well, fishing like Tyler said, just with your grandfather and your father and
Yeah.
stuff. Just growing up in the woods, always outside, running around, whatever. But yeah, so I started turkey hunting. Then I deer hunted a little bit probably that year at maybe 11 or 12. I remember my grandfather, my dad would bring me out, but my grandfather was very. He would love to just sit in one spot, like. The spots he had for years, he would always go back, even if there wasn't
Loved
any
them.
deer. He goes, "Oh yeah, the deer are there."
But
The
it's
deer
gonna
there,
happen
yeah.
someday.
Oh yeah. So I don't know. We probably went to the same area 5 years in a row, and I saw 1 doe there out of those 5 years.
Yeah.
But he would always manage to either shoot an 8-pointer or a big
Yeah,
6 or
something
just something
comes through.
stupid out of it. Which he was right when it came down to that. The deer there, there was very
Certain
little.
times,
oh
yeah. Well, it was anywhere close to here, then he knows
Oh,
what
yeah,
I
it
was
is.
talking about.
It is, but he would put out a trail camera, and you'd get 5 pictures a year, and you're like, oh yeah, they're in there. It's
Oh,
like-
they're coming around. Well, sometimes
it works out that way.
it was like you put out trail cameras, and then you're like, all right, this looks like a good spot. To a human, it looks like a good spot.
Right.
Now I know what to look for, but when you're younger,
Well, it's funny. I look at it this way. You look at you watch these duck hunting films and stuff like that, and you're like, any picture you see with a duck hunt, it's in a swamp.
yeah,
It's like never an open lake unless you see duck hunting or something like that, and it's all open water, but it's always a swamp. So it's like the first instinct you got when you get to the swamp, you're like, man, this is a sweet place to duck hunt. And
Right.
you don't even know if there's birds in there
Yeah,
going in there
right,
to
yeah.
feed or whatnot. So you're just like instantly, oh yeah, this is going to be sweet.
this is a hot spot.
So yeah,
Yeah.
But like you were saying with the cameras,
Do the same thing.
you look like, yeah, it looks like a good spot, but
Yeah, if there's a cut,
maybe it isn't.
you put a camera out there, and then you have, like you said, a couple of does come by with a spike horn or something, like through,
Right.
3 weeks,
right, you're like, oh
3
man,
pictures.
I
Oh,
can't wait to get in there.
what time did they come in?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just hunting those cameras. But yeah, so I remember going out deer hunting a couple times when I was younger. Before I even got brought out hunting, I remember helping my dad and my grandfather drag out deer and stuff like that. That always picked me up after shooting a buck in this area where Tyler lives and help him drag it out. So, or what I thought.
Me
I
and
was
Nick, we
helping.
did that with your buck this year.
What?
Came back, got Jackson. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I want to see
Yeah,
my
yeah.
son
A while
Jackson.
ago.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I want to go. I want
Get
to
him
go.
introduced like that. That's
Yeah.
He was
sweet.
pumped.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Yeah. But yeah, so after that, I got a little older, and my grandfather and my father always went up north every year, at least 3 to 4 times a year. And I finally got to the age where like, all right, you can go. So I remember going up there fishing a lot when I was younger, but up to Errol area, West Stewartstown and stuff like that, in that area. And I remember we were going up grouse hunting one year, And the big thing up there was my grandfather would always smoke cigars. So being younger at like, I think I was like maybe 13 or 14.
You picked up a cigar. And
Oh
started
my!
smoking it.
I'm like,
Yeah, keep
I
the
want a
bugs away.
cigar. Yeah, I
Yeah.
want a cigar because you look up to your father and your grandfather. You're like, yeah, that's cool. They just smoke cigars when they're up here hunting. So I told my dad, I'm like, I want a cigar. He goes, all right, you can have a cigar if you shoot a grouse. So I probably have maybe it's 100-year-old 410 that my great grandfather had. Gave it to my grandfather, and my grandfather gave it to my dad and passed on.
Yeah.
So I got it now, and went up there, and they're like, well, my dad's like, if you shoot a grouse, I'll give you a cigar. How about that? And, my cousin always went up there with us hunting too. And we finally get into this piece, tote road. This bird flushes. I pulled up the 410 real quick, and I think it was just a luck shot. I remember skeet shooting a little bit when I was a kid, but
Right.
that was it. Shot, dropped it. We went. I wanted to get back to the truck as fast as I could to go smoke a cigar. I was so pumped up to get that cigar.
Did your
That's
mother know
awesome.
about this story?
Oh, my dad probably told us we got back. She couldn't do anything about it then.
We probably just let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dad let me smoke a cigar. Yeah. You did what?
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, it was just more of a thing, just always have a cigar up there.
I'll take one too, Nick.
But yeah, so starting off grouse hunting, turkey hunting, mainly just bird hunting a lot. Then we do deer hunting every season that came around, youth weekend. And I got to the age where I started driving, and Tyler, what? Sorry.
Oh, he just snapped his
Oh.
beer in the microphone on purpose.
But anyways, so Tyler, started duck hunting. Who'd you start off with? You started off with someone,
I went up to me and my dad went up north.
with a friend
With-
that was in the duck
yeah, a
hunting.
mutual friend.
Yeah.
And
Went up
he
Pittsburgh.
wasn't a huge duck hunter, just had done it his whole life. Had a camp up there, so we went up there, stayed, and he showed me the basic, whatever. And
You came back here and you're like,
was
let's just start duck hunting.
now I'm gonna start duck hunting because
Yeah.
it's fun. You can sit in a blind, shoot the shit, and everybody's having a good time. Cook breakfast if you
Oh
want to.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Birds fly
the
by, you
shit, yeah.
shoot. Deer hunting is,
Sit
obviously
still,
you gotta
quiet.
sit still quiet. So it's just a different kind of, atmosphere. And I was
Right.
like, this could be fun.
So yeah, after Tyler got me into duck hunting, I kind of just stopped deer hunting and all because it's like after hunting, I don't know how many, over 10 years, it's just like, no, sorry, not 10, but after 6-7 years, you're just like, I haven't shot a deer yet. I barely even see a deer a year.
Is it ever gonna happen?
Yeah, is it ever gonna
Yeah.
happen? I'm like, I'm all done.
I
deer
don't
hunting.
know. You hear stories about that people that hunt 20 years and never shoot anything.
Right,
And
right.
I mean, 20 years is like holy shit.
Duck hunting was fun.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
when you could get into it. So I was a straight duck hunter. That's all I did every year.
We spent some money
Oh yeah.
on some decoys.
Oh yeah. So I got into duck hunting. Got my other buddy Jake into duck hunting, and I remember even ditching school just because you're like all in the water. You're like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm in school. Oh, you want to go duck hunting? I said, yeah, I'll be right there. And I just walk out of the back door, just
Yeah.
get in my car and take off.
Gotta go.
Like, yeah, I gotta go duck hunting. But so I got into duck hunting a lot. Stuck with that probably solid 4 or 5 years. But it just got to the point where I couldn't do anymore. I started getting into snow goose hunting, so I had a whole setup for that. So I'd drive over to New York, scout, come back, figure out a date I could go set up. And it just got to the point where you go over to New York and you'd see the actual migration path,
Yeah.
and you just see how many birds are over there.
Yeah.
And you come back here,
and you're
and
like,
you're just
what's
like,
the point?
yeah, dude, I see
'Cause
30
this-
birds a day
Right.
here.
There's birds flying all day long.
Yeah, and it's hard down here because you want to go set up at a pond or a swamp or one of your best areas where you're just seeing local birds roosting or whatever, and you shoot it up and you got no more birds coming into that
No,
piece.
yeah, they leave for
Yep.
the day and they're gone.
Well, they come back at night. Yeah, so it's just hard here in New Hampshire where there's no migration whatsoever, and you're fighting
You'll catch
other hunters. Yeah,
you'll catch like a real cold snap. You
you
catch
see
a
more
couple
birds.
birds
Yeah,
come in.
especially the
We've had
area
some-
that we grew up hunting.
Yeah, we've had some
Duck hunting.
phenomenal days.
Yeah.
there, and we've had some really shitty days.
Oh
also.
yeah, we've killed it some days, but it just got to the point where now all those places are overgrown with hunters, and you'd shoot in a group of birds and you're never gonna see those birds again,
Yeah.
and they get shot at somewhere else along the pond, and just fighting hunters and
The
not
geese,
seeing
you can
birds.
kind of pattern the geese because where we were hunting is kind of where they roost.
Yeah,
which
so
I know you're not supposed to hunt the roost, but
well, New Hampshire, there's no fields. Like you can, people might argue with that. Whoever's listening to this, but that people, I've seen a lot of people hunt fields around here and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But just to get permission and even have a good field that holds geese.
yeah, but they're gonna
It's
come
like,
in
yeah.
one time.
Yeah,
though.
and that's it. So yeah, you might have one resident flock
Yeah.
eating this one field. You set up on it, boom, 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 done.
Don't
Okay,
get me wrong,
pack it
it's
up.
still fun. But
Yeah.
It's
Just got to the point where I was seeing mass numbers of birds in New York, and the snow geese were just amazing over there. Where it's like, oh, I want to do that, and then you get a wife, you settle down, you
Yeah,
sell
it's-
everything,
yeah.
you
Sell
stop,
my decoys.
yeah, you sell the decoys. It just got to the point where hunting was just too much to keep driving back and forth over there because that's
Yeah.
all I wanted to do was duck hunt. And it was fun coming down here and shooting limits sometimes, but
Yeah.
it was always
jump
just
shooting's still fun.
oh yeah, I have fun jump shooting because I look at it just like partridge hunting. It's just
Yeah.
you're flushing birds and
Get on a
popping them
kayak
as they
and
get
go.
'em. Oh yeah. Even though they say New Hampshire you're not allowed to shoot with the boat under power, but you're actually hand powering the boat, so there's no motor.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if people are gonna call that unsportsmanlike or whatnot.
No, it's jump shooting.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, duck hunting. And I went over to New York. I started over in New York deer hunting at that place we went to for the past couple of years.
Yep.
And I shot my first deer ever over there, the 7-pointer on the ridge. And like you were saying, it's funny. I watched that buck for like 20 minutes come down with a bunch of does. There was like 3 other does in front of me, a spike and a 3. I just wanted to get something on the ground because my first deer ever. So I'm like,
I don't
I'm
care
picking
what it
whatever.
is.
Then that
Yeah.
buck finally came off from the ridge. I kept grunting at him, and he finally came in more. Even though I don't know, I was still not new in the deer hunting, but I'm just ripping on the grunt call like a duck call.
Rat.
Yeah,
Rat.
thinking he's gonna come down to
Yeah.
me, but I shot him, and it was funny. It was the 7-point I shot. He drops, and I'm like, damn, I hope that deer had horns. And I knew it had horns looking at it through the scope.
I know.
I'm like,
I do the
know
same
it had
thing.
horns.
I don't know why I do that.
And you're like, damn.
I look right at
man,
him,
it has to
shoot,
have
and I'm
horns.
like,
Yeah.
oh man,
Yeah.
is it the
right,
same one?
Right, yeah. It's like, damn, I hope that thing has horns. So I shot my first deer over there. And I went on another pig hunt over there before. Did some other stuff around New York. But yeah, it was mainly just growing up bird hunting,
Yeah.
turkey hunting a lot. That's all in springtime, I was big into that and taking people out and taking youths out
Oh, it's so
as
fun.
much as I could. Oh, yeah. Turkey hunting's a fucking blast.
Nick, what about
I
you?
love turkey hunting.
How'd you start off? I know.
The family wasn't big into the hunting.
No,
No, I
Well,
know,
I
but
didn't
you,
like it.
but you
we
got to
s-
start somewhere. It isn't like
So,
this is
you're not gonna be looked
half
at
the
different.
People.
Yeah.
No, it's
It
half the
doesn't-
people. It's like, mutual friends or whatever. Oh, come
so
on.
a little, I always saw my dad's spike horn
Yeah.
sitting in the hallway.
freaking
and
right.
Mom didn't like
Who
it, so he
wouldn't?
stopped. He got that back in like 80s.
Oh,
early
really? Yeah.
80s.
He used to hunt
And
with
that's
the,
the
same
odd
gun, right?
6
Yeah.
that I carry around
Was that
now.
what brand is that? 30-06.
Oh, it's a Sears.
Yeah, but that's when Sears was big into making guns back then.
Such a sweet.
Yeah.
yeah.
I would never get rid.
No,
don't
I would never
rid
get rid of
So
gun.
that's
that
the one
and-
I carry around with.
Yeah.
Every
Why
year.
not?
And then,
It's your father's gun.
was it probably 08, 09, I started hanging out with Ty, and he got me in the
What are you
duck
doing?
hunting.
Yeah,
Let's
duck
go.
hunting was
Oh,
fun.
why are
yeah.
you waking up so
Oh, yeah.
early,
See, that's
buddy?
why-
He goes, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, we'll try it.
Yeah, we started
So,
duck hunting.
I did that because it was nice. You didn't have to move around.
Yeah, you didn't have a shotgun at the. Oh no, did your father have a shotgun at the time? No, you were
I went-
borrowing.
Nope.
Because
Well,
yeah, remember that time we went
I
out?
borrowed Ty. I think Ty
I
had
gave
a
you
couple.
that semi.
Yep, that was you, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I let you borrow that.
I
semi.
got
It
all
won't
excited.
Pump. I can't shoot.
Yeah, I couldn't shoot
It's
after. I'm like,
shoot.
damn it.
Oh,
Just, yeah.
He's trying to pump it.
I got all pumped up.
The 1100.
Messed up.
Yeah, Remington
that shit
1100.
happens.
But then I went out and
Yeah,
got my own, and
got that
That was
Stoger.
fun.
You still shoot that Stoger.
No,
It's
he's
a
got
fun gun.
you have Benelli now, or was it Benelli?
just a bit of the Nova.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nova. Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah.
No, Zach had the Stoger. That's what it was. Zach went out and bought the Stoger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I think it
we
was
did
what your
duck
first
hunting for a while.
your first or second year. You got 2 bands, and
Yep.
for New Hampshire, that's
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
We shot this one banded mallard. Me and my buddy Jake. It was right after Thanksgiving. Went out, broke ice. We had a boat blind set up, broke ice,
There goes
and
all the ducks.
huh? Oh yeah,
gone.
for some reason it was just a sweet morning. Wind was blowing hard, and there was really limited open water, but the birds were still in the area, roosting on the river, and they would come out. And we decoyed a flock. We ended up shooting like maybe 4 birds out of that flock, and we shot a bird that was banded in Quebec. That was 2 years old. It wasn't an old bird, but what was cool was down here in New Hampshire, and I'm not going to name the town, but more of the scent. Yeah, because if I name the town, yeah, everyone knows where it is, and everyone hunts it right now.
Everybody hunts it now, dude.
But anyways, it was pretty cool how that bird made it down here from Quebec, Canada.
Yeah, mine
and
didn't
shot.
make
It's
it
not that far.
far.
It's not. Quebec isn't that far, but it's just cool to shoot from a different
No, because
country.
usually the bands we get
Mine
Oh,
were
around
from,
local.
here, look,
mine
yeah.
were from the next town over.
Yeah,
Right,
all
yeah,
local
yeah.
birds.
You're
yeah.
old. What?
Juvenile, what? Thing was
Banded,
huge.
yeah, banded in 09.
Yeah.
I shot it in 09.
Then Ty would
In
take
the
me
nest.
out. He'd try to get me in the deer hunting. If I'd wake up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go out. You get discouraged. So it was a few years
It's tough.
of that.
Now, was Nick for you was turkey hunting?
I didn't even turkey
No, you
hunt
didn't.
yet.
Okay, I didn't think so.
It was deer
I was
for a
trying to
while.
remember.
Get out there. Wake up early.
Well, I think while you stopped,
Discouraged.
Ty started moving around more, working.
Yeah.
You're working Virginia. You're working Vermont. You were all over the place.
Maine.
What? Yeah. So
Yeah,
it was
I was
more
in Florida.
like yeah. So
I kind of took a hold on it.
Yeah.
It was,
well, Nick was pretty close. So it was like once when you
Yeah.
left, he kind of just
It's like losing your girlfriend.
yeah. No, and well, you know, I think we hunted with you a couple times, Nick. You hunted with Jake and I.
duck hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We stuck to
Yeah,
that.
Jake was next to me when I shot the bands. He was eating ramen noodles straight
no,
out of the pack.
wait. Those 2 bands you shot? No, I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
No, I was
I'm-
there for that one.
Yeah.
I was with you.
'Cause we
and
went-
You
your
shot a
old
single
man,
band.
I think.
You
Your
shot
old
a
man was out there with us once. It was you, me, and him on an island.
Oh, that was on. Yeah.
Remember that?
Remember that kid pointing that gun? Remember that kid pointing that gun at me? My dad said something. Well, it was that young kid. The father dropped this young kid off. The kid was probably 12. Dropped the kid off and was going to drive around the boat. Was driving the boat around trying to flush birds up.
No shit.
And you don't remember that? The little
What?
kid was trying to talk. The little kid was talking to us. Me and my
He
father.
dropped
and-
him off right next to you?
Yeah. I don't think he noticed we were there. We had I don't think
It
we
was
had
just
much of
right
a
in
spread
a-
up.
A
Yeah.
little island piece, and
Yeah. And yeah. I want to say the pond just so you know what I'm
No,
talking about.
I know
but-
where it is.
And the kid's talking to us, and you know he's just a young kid. He probably
Can I
didn't
get
have
another
much
one, Nick?
training into hunter's edwise, but
Right.
just pointing the gun. My dad just stood up and was like, "Hey, you mind aiming your gun in a safe direction?"
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, my dad don't mess around.
No,
with-
I know.
My,
That's good.
My father's big in the.
He's like,
gun
why are you
safety, and
taking? Why are you sticking
wouldn't
your finger
be?
down your barrel, taking your
Yeah,
choke out?
right.
The ducks come in when you do that, bud. It's fine.
Yeah, we used to play a game.
Yeah, it was always funny when you would duck on, and it would always be like, nothing's flying around for like 15, 20 minutes.
You just sit
One
there, shoot the
person would
shit.
go off to take a piss or something,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden,
Take him, take
yeah,
him.
yeah. You're like, what the heck?
Get my gun.
Yeah. Start taking rounds out of your gun, and also, or like when you were going to pick up decoys, always birds would come
Oh,
in.
yeah. Then finally we got smart, and I'd be like, "Hey Nick, take your choke out."
Yeah.
Why?
Here they come.
No, yeah. If
They're
you take your
locked
choke
in.
out, they're gonna come in. So yeah, start feeding.
Use the full choke. Says no steel. Yeah, I call bullshit on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You put a
I'll
Hey,
send
if your
it.
gun pattern's good with it, whatever.
Whatever.
Just shoot it.
I'm not switching that thing out, dude.
No.
I'm taking it.
They probably won't come out now.
No, it comes out.
No, sorry to get off track, Nick, but that was so you ducked
That-
on with us once when
was-
Tyler took off and was working a lot, had a state
Then I think he came back, and he got me in the turkey.
this past
So-
year.
No, it wasn't this
No.
year. I'd gone out a couple times. I went out with you. I went out with Ty.
Oh yeah, remember that? Yeah,
we used to drive around. You got me close to some, and
those Jakes that came in. Yeah, I could have
And then,
popped one, but I was hoping
they were coming over the hill, and those guys at the kayaks came in.
that
But we were on
trail.
a trail.
Yeah.
Whatever,
who
you
wouldn't?
couldn't get
We
mad.
just set up. We just pulled in this.
My
little
barrel's
parking
shaking.
spot.
I hear just caw. I'm like, what is that? He goes, hikers. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, come on.
Oh, why are you
And
hiking?
they were hiking way back into
But
this
we were
trout,
on the
this
trail.
fly fishing only pond. We went up there this past year,
Turkey
trolling
hunting.
around. Yeah.
Yeah.
But nothing. I don't know.
If it was still fun.
Yeah, there was 5 Jakes that day. They just get your heart pounding because
There's
all of them like to
nothing-
gobble at the same
That's a
time.
different kind of
They get
adrenaline.
closer. They make
Oh
closer.
yeah,
I'm
they
like,
start
oh,
drumming,
dude.
spitting, and you're like,
Dude,
they're
it's
right
just
there. They're right
kayakers.
there,
It's
but-
fine.
yeah.
I'm gonna throw up. I can't do it.
That's how it was at 10 years old. I remember feeling sick the whole time. I told my dad, I don't feel good. Yeah, I wouldn't eat the whole day before because I was so excited to go to bed at like 2 in the morning, wake up at 3:30. You ready to go, buddy? I don't feel good.
I don't like it.
I'm going to throw up.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's right. So we went out turkey hunting a bunch.
I went out with both of you. I went out with your old man, Ty.
Yeah.
Because you were down in Virginia. I went out with him, sat with him. He's just, you sit there, shoot the shit.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not a big turkey
No.
hunter.
I think he was doing
It was
when I
more
went out
in,
with him.
over to the Adams Landing at the time where
Yep.
they would stick to the, your father, I think, would stick to place in Stratford. And
Yeah.
Whoa, name dropping again.
we did it the first
Jesus.
podcast, so
Yeah.
we talked about Stratford the whole time.
Fine, let's just say the pond name, huh?
I know
But-
a lot of people that. Well, the 6 people that do listen to this podcast know what pond we're talking about, but
The 6 people.
it's a bush league shit.
Yeah, hey, whatever. You got to start somewhere,
I
just
know.
like in
We're
hunting.
trying.
Back to the
No.
deer hunting thing. Some days I wouldn't get up, and then you get him
Yeah.
calling me in the morning.
Hey, I just
I'm
shot
looking
a
at
buck.
I'm looking at it right now on the wall. Hey, that's a nice stand. I would have sat Nick right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was my plan.
Well, I'm gonna drive up his driveway with it right now.
It was a Halloween.
It was yeah. What?
I think it was a Halloween party. We were both at a Halloween party that night,
Oh, yeah.
and
Was that the
Got-
snow?
No, there was
no
no snow. It was just a Halloween party, so
Oh, I was out.
I was still like,
I was out. I couldn't believe you got up.
why?
I don't know. I was sleeping. Why wouldn't you sleep?
Oh, because I like hunting.
Yeah.
But
Well.
no, I'm sure it was a Halloween party. That's why you slept in. Because usually you'd get up. It didn't
Maybe.
matter. And I've been in that same. I've been in the
I
same.
think
position.
everyone has. It's like
You
you,
gotta-
just stay up too late drinking
Yeah.
beers, and you're like all of
Yeah.
a sudden like,
Well, it was all duck
I don't
hunting
think
doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Duck hunting was that.
Yeah, we would
I'll
have
see
a
you at
fire
4.
out in the
I'll see
blind.
you at
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
And then I'd have Nick walk in my house at 4 in the morning, pushing me, trying to wake me up.
The alarm's going off on his phone. I go, hey,
Get up.
what? I go,
I've been in the
"Duck hunting."
driveway. I've
Was
been in the
that-
driveway
was
for
that
10
in the-
minutes.
Was that in the apartment?
No, that was a couple times in
Probably,
the
yeah,
apartment.
yeah.
I was gonna say it
Apartment
had to
and
have
his
been 'cause
parents.
Happened at my parents' house.
I'm surprised you used to walk into that house, your parents, without getting shot.
Yeah.
I think Rocky knew, like, oh yeah, they hunt
Yeah,
in the
he
morning,
must be
so it's
coming
like,
Yeah. Sneak my way in there.
Yeah.
All the dogs going off. Oh,
So wasn't until what is it, this year?
this year, bud.
You've shot plenty of ducks and
Well, I've
geese
got-
and
oh yeah,
whatever.
the geese and ducks, yeah.
That's nothing. But
This
it
year
wasn't
was-
until this year where it
this
was
year I
like,
put in the most work.
yeah.
Actually waking up.
And it paid off, like
It did. Turkeys,
100%. Yeah,
the deer.
we talked
Yeah.
about
Come
that
on.
before.
Come on now.
Come on.
And you had a good
He's like,
year.
yeah, why don't you wake up? Come meet me at 4. I go, well,
Even
Yeah.
scouting, like, even scouting,
You just figure the shit
Yeah.
out though. Like once you see it,
I even went out with you guys scouting.
You've gone through it like once or twice, and you've seen how they act or seen.
That's why I
you
think-
see
I
different
get all
shit.
pumped up when you
That's-
guys are showing all. You go out, you have your laptop. I'm like, dude, that's out here.
yeah, right,
Oh,
right,
cut the shit.
right. Got some hiker naked.
What?
Yeah.
I'm
Just kidding.
That's out here.
That's out here. I'm in.
I did know someone that had a couple naked people walking around on trail cam.
Really?
Yeah,
On purpose?
in our hometown.
Why are they walking around the
I
woods
don't know.
naked?
I think they're just bumming around. I don't know.
Bumming around. Yeah.
Yeah,
Literally.
and it isn't far from where we live.
Cut it out.
Dicking around.
Yeah, it wasn't far. It was off the old snowmobile trail.
I'm gonna do that. I'll probably.
It probably was me. I was
No.
probably
Drunk,
It was
wait,
a Halloween party.
night, you know.
I was scan kids and I got lost. Ended up stripping down and walking through.
Got hypothermia.
Ty's calling me, trying to wake me up. I don't even know where
Crap,
I
what
am.
were we
The
talking
woods.
about? Like you were saying, seeing stuff out there and be like, wow, that's out there.
Yeah.
Because I never really scouted either.
Right.
I just went out, sat there, or moved around.
Oh yeah, what I was gonna say was, like you were saying, Ty, is that you pick up and you learn things very quick off things like turkey hunting. That's why I think it's one of the best animals to hunt right off the rip is because
Yeah, because you can sit
you
there.
can call to them and then you
You'll
can
sit
kind of
there.
right. You sit there, but you also learn from like, all right,
Yeah, what
maybe
they
I'm
do.
over calling, next setup I'm gonna have, I'm just gonna call a couple times and shut up to see what happens.
You guys
like,
are call happy sometimes. I'm just saying.
well, if you got a henned up bird, and the only thing you can try to do is like try to get that bird to split from the hen, or get the hen to come to you
Right.
and bring that bird. So
just
sometimes
wanna-
I just try to talk as much as I can until I can hear that hen yap, and then I just copy the hen the whole way. But we'll say that for another podcast. Turkey
Right.
hunting tips. I don't want to give it away.
If you want to kill all the birds, listen
Yeah.
to us.
No, but I just kind of
No,
we'll
yeah.
make another podcast just on like turkey when we
It's-
get close to the season.
For me, I know it was until like you're always looking. If you're say you're deer hunting, you're always looking for deer in the woods, right?
right,
And,
got your
and
head
if
up.
you have a new hunter and you're like, all right, I'm looking for deer in the woods, looking for deer in the woods. You don't know what the hell it looks like until you see like a deer in the woods. Like you see
A
a
tail
little,
go up
a
or
tail
something.
or ear. You're like,
Right.
what-
Shit,
other
that's a
than,
deer.
you would never, unless it's happened to you before, you would never think, all right, I just saw something like weird. What I do, if I see a little flicker, I'll just stare in that one area for
Right.
like 5 minutes.
Right.
You know,
You got a self
Because the deer-
defense like a chipmunk.
yeah.
You're just sitting there waiting for it to
Yeah.
move.
Where's it go? Where's it go? Yeah. So you see a little flicker like that, and you're like, all right, there could be something there. So you're like, I'll still scan a little bit, but focus on that area. And then, more often than not, it's something there that you would look past because,
Right.
it's a tail flicker. Could have been a leaf moving or whatever. So
I thought
Wha-
everything was a deer in the woods.
I know. Well, that's the
Well,
thing. Is like there's
then
The
Time.
things
leaves,
you'll pick
the
out.
leaves, yeah.
Deer
Especially
back
walking.
in.
The walking thing, everyone, I'd say not everyone, but maybe everyone still has a problem sometimes. They get happy when they hear that squirrel walk or something. But
Every
because
year I do.
you want to believe it's a deer coming.
Wait till you hear a beaver carrying
Yeah.
a log, dude. Try that.
Oh yeah, Nick was
I'm
in
over
the-
there. Oh, get up.
Tell that story. Tell that story.
Well, after I tagged out with the buck, I had my bow tag still. So I went down the swamp. I'm sitting there. It's a little before dark, and you can hear just starts
It's
crashing.
that like prime time. Dude, you're like,
I
all you
waited
want
there
to say
for
to
like
yourself,
3
it's going to
hours.
happen tonight.
Yeah.
Shivering. Now all you hear is crashing. I'm like, that thing's huge, dude. I hit the grunt. It moves again. I go, holy shit, this is going to happen again.
It's coming in.
And guess what? It started going to the beaver dam. I'm like, oh, that's weird. And then I could kind of see a little ball going towards the beaver dam, and I knew what it was.
It was a beaver.
I was
Dragging wood.
Just-
But it was
dragging wood
carrying-
through the
it was-
fucking
Oh, he's dude. He had a whole like tree behind him, right through the leaves. I just climbed
Just a
down, went
buck
to the truck,
chasing.
and I go, I'm done. I'm going home. It's way too cold for bow hunting. I'm out.
I think you'll find that different this year, Nick. Where
My
like,
hat was pumping. Dude.
oh yeah, but like you said, it's too cold. But now you got some nice setup that you got for Christmas. You'll be sitting out there longer.
Oh yeah. What'd you get for Christmas?
You got those sweet pants,
Nice
bro.
wool pants, bud.
Oh,
I wore them that morning breakfast, cooking breakfast, warm. I was sweating.
Oh,
Sweating.
There's nothing better.
I'm gonna have to wash those. They smell like bacon now.
Yeah, they won't hold a scent too bad.
Yeah, it's perfect. You don't even wash them.
You guys bitch at me all the time about that.
No, I don't.
You do. You told me I smelled fucking beautiful when I went out deer hunting.
Oh yeah, because I asked
Huh?
her. Well, no, you kept wondering all archery season. What the hell am I doing wrong? I said, I don't
You
know. Maybe
guys can
spray
sit
yourself down. And you're like, how do I smell? I said, man, you smell beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
you
all I
smell
said. That's all I can tell
You
you.
guys are out there ripping butts, and I'm over
I'm
here
not.
trying not to smell like anything.
I'm not ripping
Yeah,
butts.
I'll flick that butt.
Smoking
Oh,
cigars.
nice big buck down. Yep. Take up hundreds, dude. I'll start smoking them all.
I'm not worried about the scent.
Me either. It's like just like scouting that time. We're out in the middle of the open, no scent,
It's
Yeah.
a lot.
and the deer come in. Yeah, a
No.
big part. I would. Well,
You meet into him. He just smoked a butt, dude.
it's
Alright.
something about
He
people.
just smoked one, and then we hear a bunch of deers around us.
I don't.
Some people
There's,
swear
that
by.
works. Smoking cigarettes.
Well, no,
Or
I know people,
killing deer. That
I know people that smoke, and that, shoot deer every year.
right.
And
Right.
my dad smokes and probably shot half his deer with a cigarette in his mouth.
Right. I don't know if they're just
I don't.
curious
I'm gonna
about
start
the smell.
No, I don't.
Nick,
think
you're
it's,
gonna probably pick up smoking.
It's
bud.
probably. Yeah, it's probably worse. Your odds are probably. I guarantee your odds are worse when you smoke.
That's
Yeah.
why you got more deer than me.
Yeah, but he's been hunting his whole life.
Your old man. Look at
Yeah,
him.
I know, but it's just one of those. I don't know.
Your
if you're,
uncle.
If you're sitting in a stand,
What?
right?
His brother, dude.
know,
I hear
he
the story
smoked-
every day
yeah.
I go into work.
He shot a nice deer bow season with a butt, and I want to say I can't remember. It was years back. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years
just
back.
lit the
Dude, that was
cigarette and,
that was a big buck he shot,
Yeah.
Flick, there it is.
I don't.
like a
I
9
think
or something
people,
like that.
This is just my opinion, but I think the market for the scent killer and shit is just like, who knows what the fuck's
yeah.
in it, you know?
Right.
Does it actually work? I've sprayed it on stinky shit before, and you spray it down, and it doesn't change the smell of stinky
Right.
shit. So, I don't know.
I've wore
It's-
it, like,
always play the wind. That's how.
Yeah.
And if not, if you can't play the wind and the
That's
wind
another
shifts,
thing I said.
Well, that's the
looking
only
at
thing
this
you
year.
got.
but it's like
That's
whatever.
when the luck comes in. It's
Yeah.
either you get lucky or you don't.
Right.
This year I played the wind because you guys are.
Yeah.
So I'm
Because
like,
that
oh.
helps you. I mean,
I'm like,
Oh,
the
yeah.
wind's good. You get up in the tree and it just shifted. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
a lot of places around
Yeah.
here, that's what it is, though. You
Well,
can't
it's
make-
knolly. It's a lot of knolls. So it's like you can go to the top of that knoll,
Yeah.
and the wind could be either blowing whatever direction. Then you go to the bottom of that knoll,
You know
and
what
it's
else
opposite because
you
it
know what else
rolls
is
over
blowing,
that knoll.
Lance? The deers when they catch a
Yeah.
wind of me. I just let that dog in, didn't I?
I put him back upstairs.
Why would you do that?
It's all right.
Well,
He's gone.
He's pissing everybody off, apparently.
But
Yeah.
it can be a big part of luck or not. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, always try to play the wind because that's your best
I
advantage.
guess you can try to keep your scent down.
But where we live, it's gonna be, unless you're in a field or something,
Yeah.
and it's a steady wind.
right.
It's always
It's
ripping
gonna be
around.
yeah.
So you gotta play the cards that you're dealt.
Yeah. Oh,
Fucking deal with it.
plus with the time we have to hunt, it isn't like we're hunting all week. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're hunting. It's like, okay, we have Saturday or Sunday to turkey hunt or deer. Well, sorry, we're talking about deer hunt with the scent, but
Yeah.
deer hunt Saturday or Sunday. It's like, okay, we can't go Sunday because you got something planned. So
Right.
Saturday is the only thing we got.
Yeah.
You don't even care about the wind.
And then, obviously,
You don't even care about the wind. 'Cause that's
rifle
all you
hunting,
got.
I don't give a shit.
No, I don't
because,
care.
You know, it is. Nick's outside doing something.
I don't
playing
know.
with
He's
my
playing.
dog.
He's fighting. He's sword fighting with the dog.
Hey, put the peanut butter down. What are you doing out there? So, what I want to talk about is, are you done with your hunting stories?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, no. Well, yeah.
No,
I
no,
guess so.
fine. No.
Are you good?
Yeah, I didn't have much.
But this is where it starts, Nick. You got to start somewhere, and
Do
don't feel like because
See this dog?
We've been-
It's driving me
Just
nuts.
fucking.
just
It's in, it's out. Do
like I
something.
said, Bush League shit.
what the
Hey.
Welcome to the Bush League podcast. No, so I think going forward here, we're gonna try. I got a couple people lined up to come in and guest.
Big guest.
Yeah,
No, yeah,
No,
big guest.
big.
Yeah, big, huge name guys.
yeah.
No, not
They're just
really.
some locals in New Hampshire.
No, we got
that-
local guys that are local, actually, like killers though.
But
They're-
yeah, they're very successful every year when it comes down to shooting actually really
Yeah.
nice deer. And
we're gonna do ice fishing one. I got a guy coming in. Hopefully, I gotta touch base with him. I told everybody after the holidays because I know everybody's fucking crazy right now.
But yeah, we'll definitely set up, like you said. So my uncle just bought a setup for ice fishing and stuff to hut. I'm guessing.
Oh, I've been hearing
yeah,
about
oh
it.
yeah, I
but
bet you have for a week.
Oh.
It sounds awesome.
Yeah, so
But
but
he'll never let us, he won't invite us over.
we don't have to. We'll just show up because
All
that's how he is. It's just show up.
Yeah.
And he goes, all
You
right,
know
we'll
where I
go fishing.
live,
I've
just-
been plenty of times. I'll drive over there and be like, what are you doing? He goes,
Can't
nothing.
miss
I
that
said, let's go
mailbox
fishing.
now.
He said, all right. No, I know. He got a $1,200 paint job on his mailbox.
It looks sick.
But anyways, we were gonna. He lives over in the Barnstead area, so we were just gonna ice fish. Pretty much, he's got a pond behind his house. We can ice fish that holds pretty good sized bass in it. So
Nice.
we'll just set up over there and shoot a podcast over there to talk about ice fishing, and
Oh, I'm down with that. Yeah.
it'd be kind of sweet just to do it on the ice.
He'd enjoy it, too.
Oh yeah, I told him.
He'd
He
be
goes,
pumped.
really?
And then
Plus
he'll
my
probably
uncle.
come out of his house if we show up.
Yeah.
Grab your shit, dude. Let's go.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
go.
he'll be game. He'll be game to do it. So
Perfect.
we'll swing over there, shoot a podcast on the ice. That'd be
I
fun.
got a couple guys lined up, kind of, that are gonna come in. One, Al Ruthier, is the one that shot that.
2 deer, big in a row.
But that
drop
I want
time.
to hear the story
Yeah.
about the drop time buck.
Plus,
so,
he had that. He was watching that deer for years, and
yeah,
in
I don't
New
know.
Hampshire, you
I
know,
don't know
it's
the whole
like-
story, but I want to hear it, and I can't wait for it.
Tyler, the deer that Tyler's talking about, he was over in New York, and that deer showed up on trail cam, twice or something like that?
Yeah, and
Wasn't it daylight too?
one was daylight, one
It was
was
a big
dark.
drop time deer too.
Right
Huge
underneath my
drop
tree
time.
stand. I've never seen. I think I haven't talked to him a whole lot, and it could be wrong information, but I'm pretty sure has been trying to hunt that deer.
For like 4.
Yeah, quite a
say
few
4
years.
years, yeah.
watching him, or have seen him, or have pictures of
I'm
him.
not. Yeah. Don't
So
quote us on that.
it's gonna be that's gonna be a good podcast. A couple other people, one guy coming in for ice fishing,
What you got?
other
Tommy?
buddies coming in, maybe just to shoot the shit and chew the fat.
AKA Trigger Happy.
Trigger
Got
happy.
him coming in.
Who's trigger happy?
Oh, you know who he is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, trigger happy. He's coming in.
It'll be fun just to get people on here. Yeah, and get tips and whatnot. See how much we can get out of them. Of how it makes, how people get
You
successful
still
every
messing
year.
with that dog?
Who are you talking about, Trigger Happy?
You know who it is. Come on.
I've met a lot of Trigger Happy people, especially duck hunting. So
That's who I'm talking about.
Okay.
bud. All right.
you're talking. All right, let them circle one more time, and they're up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You'll
So
hear
yeah,
him.
we'll have him. Yeah, definitely.
He'll listen to this. He'll know who he's talking,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
talking about.
He shot a real nice buck for his first buck.
Yeah,
So
that'd be another good story.
yeah, we'll hear that story. That'd be sweet.
You did good.
It'd be fun. 2020 is looking good. I don't know
It's
where.
only been one day, but you don't know.
Oh, it's
Come
2020, man.
Yeah.
This is a
I mean,
new
I get married
year.
this year.
And you get married this year.
Could be all
And
end of
that's-
hunting.
so
Yeah,
August?
okay.
August, so you have it's at towards the end of August. So man, we're gonna have to do some scouting early.
You
Then-
guys have to scout for me. And then I'll
What are
come
you
in.
talking about, man? You're gonna get married, then bow season's right around the corner.
Bow season is right around the corner. She
Maybe
better-
what? 10? No, it's a solid 20 days after.
I'm in. Put the honeymoon on hold.
But the honey, where are you going?
Yeah, where
do
are
you
you?
know? Do you know?
You must be
Can I-
going to your.
Can you
Let's just,
say?
let's just worry about the wedding right now.
Oh,
Right?
you're still worried about getting
Oh.
married.
Huh?
Might not go,
Worry.
might not happen. Might fall through.
No.
This is Nick's last
Cool.
year of
Didn't
hunting.
say that. It's not my last
He's
year.
getting married.
She's very understandable.
I know she is. She's the only one that let Nick hunt. We don't.
What'd you say?
We didn't get to hunt much this year. But Nick, he hunted every day he could. Sat on the couch.
Sit on the couch.
What are you
I
doing?
might wake
Nick?
up in the morning and go hunting. Hey, Lance, you want to go? Yeah.
I gotta.
I gotta do the roof.
Are we
today.
gonna do any coyote hunting?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I think we got a really good spot too, since they took over all our trail cameras, ripped them down off trees
Yeah.
this year.
That's what I'm thinking.
It'd be fun. We could shoot
Let's
a
do that.
podcast coyote hunting. Bring a setup with us and just
That would be sweet.
dude, that'd be sick.
Well, we gotta be quiet. That kind of sucks, but
Do you?
after we
put
smoke
that.
one-
We just put that call on extra loud and let it rip, and we can talk in between.
I'm in.
We
All right,
could do
yeah.
that. But this year we'll, like you were talking about, we'll do a duck hunting podcast. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
Go out
from
in the
the
blind,
blind.
and that'd be sick.
we got big things coming.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're getting back in the duck hunt.
It's
Nah.
not going to be the same. I'd
It
rather
don't
deer hunt now, honestly. It's
Dude.
just
No, it's something.
You go
it's
out, you
something
okay.
chill
So
in the-
when I went out this year, it was all right. But like I said, to compete with the buddy I went out with, Jake Bowles. I'll throw a last name, but
Damn.
but anyways,
Facebook.
he started hunting with me and Tyler for a while. Then me and Jake, when Tyler went out on work, moving around and whatnot, going down different states, me and Jake got into duck hunting big, and that's all we did was duck hunt. So, and he's still into it, but he's realizing that there's just too many people out there too. So he would put in his time scouting still, like we used to.
Yeah, but it's kind of it's a waste of time.
It is
Because
because
it
he
just
put
gets
in all
shot
that
up.
time scouting, and they put in a new blind in that area,
Yeah.
and people need to get into hunting somehow, and you got to start somewhere. So, but these new hunters we know of just set up, a couple hundred yards from you, down the little canal that the birds like to fly down, and they just pop everything before they get to you. So you can
Yeah.
put in all the time in the world in the scouting, but someone else can mess it up for you. So
Just like that. Yeah.
yeah, plus hunting a state that doesn't have a super mount, a large number of birds. They're actually cutting down limits. Mallards now too. One drake, one hen.
That's what I don't agree with, and I didn't know the biologists and
Yeah.
whoever's
It's
making
hard
that.
to,
they're smarter than I am,
Oh, yeah.
and they know
Oh, yeah.
more about it. But I think of it as if you have a flock come by, right? Say 30 yards, and this group of 8 coming in, flying, shoot,
Yeah, I
cross
know.
shot, and you're supposed to pick out a drake or a hen.
You can do it, but it's like,
yeah, but
yeah, you can.
yeah, you're right.
depending
no, you're
on
right.
where your shot lands, what if
Right.
it's almost like you have to.
Yeah,
It sounds
shoot
shitty.
singles. Yeah.
Well, no, it sounds shitty, but you bring 11 guys with you, so
Yeah.
you're not over a limit.
yeah,
you know,
right. Yeah. No, you're right.
it
Yeah.
sucks.
And plus, like,
At least make it.
what I've
two.
seen down here is I've seen a lot more, hen to drake numbers.
Yeah.
The hens just take over.
Right.
Like, it's crazy.
Shoot hens.
Yeah. Plus, they switched. Well, which I like is they gave us turkey season. We can use our fall tag in the spring. But what I wish they really did, like Maine, is they opened up turkey hunting for the full day. Because Maine, you can hunt all day. So it's like you can get out of work and still have like 2 hours, 3 hours to hunt,
Right.
which would be sweet. But since it still ends at 12, it's still hard for someone to get out of work and go
No,
turkey
no,
hunting.
you're
You can't
almost-
even get out
Just
of work
call
and go
out
turkey
sick,
hunting.
dude.
Yeah, because everyone. Yeah.
Or you get the bird early and you go in
Yeah,
late.
right.
How about that?
Yeah. No, you could do that,
Yeah.
but to make it all
I'm
day,
gonna
that'd
take
be
the whole
sweet.
day though.
Because I remember when I bought my Maine license one year, I'd turkey hunt New Hampshire until 12,
Run
jump
over
right
to
over
Maine.
the Maine,
Yeah.
try to get on a bird.
Perfect.
And plus, the limit for birds in Maine is stupid.
Yeah. What do they got? 5 now?
Yeah, I didn't really look into that, but that's something I heard. I don't know if that's just fall time. You can shoot 5 or something like that.
What?
5 turkeys in the fall, or
No. Really?
I know it was
Or
all.
It,
It
might
was
be all year. I don't know.
maybe it's all year. Maybe that's your.
Even still.
Yeah,
That's a
I know
lot
it
of
was
birds.
2 birds. I know.
But
it
I
was-
didn't realize
I'm
their
getting my
turkey
Maine
population
license.
was so huge.
It's a big state.
Yeah.
It's
But
a
I
big
can't
state, but
imagine the birds
obviously,
are thriving
well,
up north.
5. It's only going to be 5 in certain districts. Like as you get to the lower districts, as you head north, I don't think you're allowed 5. Just like New Hampshire, you can only use your second tag on certain units
Right.
in New Hampshire, and that's
Yeah.
more in the southern area, and where we hunt. As you go further north, you're only allowed to shoot 1 bird.
Yeah. I think actually I live on that line now. 109, I think.
Yeah,
is
I
the
think it is J1.
J1, J2 line.
Yeah. Well, J1, yeah, and then I forget what's right above J1.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe D or something like that.
D,
Yeah,
F,
something.
G, whatever.
Yeah. But so this year it's looking good. We got some goals set to
Yeah.
meet.
We're gonna give her hell.
Try to pump out these podcasts if you guys still want to listen to us.
Yeah.
But
Probably not, but
yeah,
We're gonna
whatever.
give her
we're,
hell.
we're still gonna do it. It don't matter.
yeah.
We
I don't
like
care if
sharing a
anybody
little
listens.
knowledge. Yeah, I don't care. We just
Yeah.
enjoy doing this. This is
I like it
this
talking
is fun
to
as shit.
a microphone.
Yeah, it's different when you got the headphones on. You're like, oh shit, radio check.
I'm a rapper.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's about time to wrap this one up. And,
yeah. We're gonna limit our times now and stuff like that. First podcast, we kind of just
like I said, we're gonna try to get
Lost
some.
track of time. The first
we
one.
just ripping the first podcast.
Yeah,
just
sorry
having
about
fun
that.
with it though. It don't matter.
Try to get some guys on here that you guys might be interested.
Take
Especially
some-
local people. You know,
Yeah, and get some tips off of or
they
something
go,
to maybe
most
help you
of-
out this year.
They're all killers. So
Yeah.
well, that's gonna do it for episode number 2. Hope everybody enjoys it.
Yeah, I hope everyone has a great New Year's,
Yeah.
a safe New Year's.
Don't go to Planet Fitness tomorrow because probably gonna be packed.
Dude, free pizza Friday. Come on. Who
still goes there?
That's the only reason I'd join.
$10 a month to get free pizza.
Right.
You go late at night, they'll let you take the pizza home, by the way. It's all right.
All right. That's a wrap.
Yeah, say bye, Nick.
Bye, Nick.
Bye, Nick.